Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another quick video on Vermintide. In this video I wanted to discuss certain things that I would like to see in the game implemented that should make life a little easier. And I've been playing this game quite a lot since it came out into early access beta, and I've enjoyed it quite a lot, but there are one or two minor niggles that if they can sort them out, it will make it a lot more enjoyable. And these are minor things and I don't think this should be too difficult to implement. And first and foremost is the font in the game. Now, I don't know if it's the type of font they use or is it the size, but it's a little hard to see, especially for the numbers. Now, for example, if you play a game here with anybody like randoms, or you see the portrait of the characters on the left hand side and your character at the bottom. Now, can you tell what level these people are? Because I can't most of the time. Just the font is just too small. For example, with this one here in this game, I can see that Bardin is a bot, fine, but the other two I can barely see. All I can tell is they are single digit levels, and this is very hard to see. Now compare this with the old game where the characters were at the bottom and you can clearly see what they are. So if they could tweak that, maybe change the font size or maybe use a different font just to make it a bit easier, or just if you see the portrait of the characters underneath the number, the level, if they could just make that number a bit bigger, that would make life a lot easier. And there are other issues with the font as well. Generally the font seems a bit too small for me compared to the first one, because I have played about more than 100 hours of the first one and it was perfectly fine. I never noticed that, but this one, it's instantly bugging me. So that is number one. The second thing is generally the dialogues from the characters. Now I've been playing this for about 20 hours, less than that, and so far I am already irritated with the dialogue, especially with Carillion. The constant insults of Lumberfoot this and Mayfly that is getting on my nerves now. So what I would like them to do is maybe take the voice actors and record another 50-100 lines of dialogue just to mix things up a bit, because this is a game that I've gotten into at the start and I plan to play this quite a lot because I'm enjoying this. And if I'm already irritated after 20 hours, I can't imagine myself continuing this for too long, because this is a game that people will play for hundreds and hundreds of hours. I got into the first one towards the end of the game cycle. Like I got into it around November 2017, so towards the end. They had already announced the second one and I still put 100-125 hours into it. This one I'm already in at the start. So I do plan to play this quite a lot because this is quite a lot of fun. I really enjoy this game. But this constant insult, constant Lumberfoot this and that just gets on my nerves, and I think it's just because there's lack of dialogue. The other thing they could do is, instead of just banter, they could simply add a bit more sort of story background. Like they could discuss things about the lore and about things around them. That could just make it interesting. They do that occasionally, but a bit more would be nice. So that is the second thing. Number three is a very minor suggestion for the scoreboard, and what this does is at the end of the game it shows you a quick score for all the kills you got, special skill, and the person who gets the most in one particular area gets a green circle around it. So total kills, I've got the most, etc, etc. But for damage taken, they're also circling it around the most damage taken. So instead of that, they should reverse it, because lower is obviously better. So if you take the most damage, that's a bad thing. The lower damage is better. So they should circle the green instead of the highest damage taken for the lowest damage taken. That would make more sense. And continuing from that, if they could also highlight the lowest numbers instead of just the highest, that could also help in improving the games as well. For example, instead of my damage being highlighted as green, if they had circled it by red, and similarly low kills by red and low elite skill by red, that could help us in quickly seeing where we are good at and where we need to improve. So it's a minor suggestion, but I think will make gameplay a lot more fun. So number four is basically slight changes to the crafting. And what I want is, for example, let me show you. So I have this sword here, the whatever it's called, the executioner or whatever, and if I want to upgrade this, I have to go in the menu, and if I select crafting and if I go reroll equipment and upgrade item, I don't see it here. Now the reason why they do this is the good thing they've done is you can't scrap the weapon you are holding, the one that is equipped. So they sort of put it around in a frame So this is the currently the weapon I have equipped. Now if I want to craft it, it's not there because I have to go and equip the other one, then I go in and then I can see it if I want to salvage it or upgrade it or whatever. So if I wanted to upgrade this, I'll have to go unselect this one, select something else, then do that. So this is good for not accidentally scrapping the weapon, but I would prefer it if they kept it for crafting. So for example here it's not here, that's good because it's equipped, but for upgrading I would like it to be here because I would like to upgrade that. So that is a small minor tweak that I would like to see, and I think that that will be very useful, and it's something that I don't think should be too difficult to implement. So those are some of my suggestions, some minor suggestions. I think that can be implemented quite easily, and this will make life a lot easier for the game, especially the first two. I think the font and the dialogues, if they can change that, the game will become a lot more fun. If you have more suggestions, please do let me know. I understand they are constantly patching the game. In fact, I think there has been a 1.2 patch released as well, so maybe they are changing a few things. So that is great to hear, and they have a roadmap and everything, which is great. So they are constantly working on it. But if they can sort of improve these few things, I think the game will become quite better and almost perfect in my opinion. And yeah, thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any suggestions of your own that could improve the game. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.